Well, good morning to those of you watching us live from Hamza Bio TV. I am CDB Kanye. It's still your number one media outlet in the Gambia here. We are back at the Independent Electoral Commission building. It is the day 5 of the presidential nomination to be slated in the Gambia for the December 4th election. The parties that we are expecting today is Gambia Alliance for National Unity, that's GANU. When GANU came, they will be followed by DOI, that's PDOIS, People Democratic Organization, Independent and Socialism. When there's left, the party to follow is Gambia Action Party, that's GAP. When the GAP lost, the last party on the day will be Tamsir M. Jasi, an independent aspiring candidate. You follow us. We will give you the updates as these 4 candidates or 4 aspiring candidates to come and submit their nomination papers.
Alaikum bading wala hani kabial na albadi male Mariam Kamara mimbale Hamza Bio TV bidu mbale IEC le comme kanaja nyami ni watin kondo bileng am nomination la tililulu njangote bidu minu nyantana la jang wala keta nyimmi mu gano te Cheikh Tidiane Haidara ni botaje nyimmi mu Halifa Salate wala nyantana la PDOIS ni Halifa botaje Aliou Sow yana min keta GAPT ka fo mi gap ni botaje Tamsir Diase wala nyantala la kan wala independent candidate atelbe kala mola bonti min nyantana la biti lol
jarama Mariama Kamara musibe mina on wiya assalamu alaikum ko min Fatou S Diallo wonani on do IEC minen adana kibaare yiddo do Hamsa TV on gandina wonde ha joni ko nomination of presidential candidate ko dum min jokki gilamande samedi minen jokki dum hande non bo min foti hebde o do dum woni innete do gano on woni mo ganada ma horma kanko foti arde si on don iwi don en hebay mo anada ma horma kanko heeni PDOIS dum woni honorable Halifa Sallah si on don kadi iwi don en hebay mo anada ma horma ko on innete Aliou Sow non on don ko independent candidate si on don immi ma don en heban mo ganada ma horma on woni Tamsir Diase on woni mo ganduɗa ma horma ko candidate o watintoɗo on woni mo ganduɗa ma horma on heɓaten ɗo ha joni son falama min falama hebde kibaruji ɗo rek on wawi min jokkude ka Hamsa TV minen ka Facebook live yo YouTube live on jarama
mbokk yi ba léegi ma tënkawaat lu ma waxoon ci soose man la seen mbokk seen xarit Mariam Kamara bu leen nekkal Hamza Bio TV te nag ñu ngi nii fii IEC tey mool juróomeelu fan bi depuis buñ commencé di ñëw fii ci lii di nomination yi te nag dinañ am kii di Cheikh Tidiane Haidara nga xam ne moo nekk presidential candidate bu Gano bu fa jógee dinañ am kii di Halifa Sallah bu presidential candidate bu PDOIS bu fa jógee ñu am kii di Aliou Sow nga xam ne mooy presidential candidate bu GAP bu fa jógee ñu am kii di Tamsir Diase nga xam ne independent candidate la bu leen fàtte soo leen seetaanee seen suñ programme yi dee leen ko dee like ngeen share ko pour ñeneen tamit mun a subscribe
Good morning to each and every one of you watching us live from Hamza Bio TV. I am CDB Kanye. Once again, we are back at the Independent Electoral Commission House, IEC, whereby it is the day 5 of the presidential nomination to be slated in the Gambia for December 4th coming. Therefore, today, the first candidate was the first candidate should be a National Unity Party. Sorry for that. The first candidate who was already here and he left. And we have People Democratic organization, Independent Socialism, DOI. Honorable Alifa Sallah is there working with his wife and some of the top officials of the DOI organization. So we have people here chanting and shouting, saying system change, meaning there is something need to be changed in here. They are still chanting and shouting. They are chanting. Mbadi ulmol mela ko wala kan jube ate Hamza TV nga fale bilem tillulu njanti membe den ate nomination wala fanala ate Gambia bankunkan bayri ni na rajube nomination data pro president carte few me alon ko wala nyen nakala ate Gambia den December karo ate nano nyo kamala padi follow na walta rabbi nale ko majube membe je honorable Alifa Sallah flag biara me alon ko ate lebe doyi party kamala anala molu anala musolu ani alfal melialon ko wolle bada doy ngul be gara mol melialon ko be wuri kam ay ba fo kan ko system change ay ba fo kan system change awolen kol nyen dalal ka fali ko idan anyame Mr. Sallah anala mulan say be tamakan andu fanan ay be wuro gala ka system change e ba wala system change alba jube kan nyama binakala e be tamakan e bitakan ate nyalon me alon ko wolem ate Independent Electoral Commission memo IC la ate bildino nyinti ko ay tande nyame Mulbe tamakan honorable Alifa Sallah na la mulu ay be wuro la ba fala ko system change wala ko nyana falina la ko dol be jemela wala be bankunka nyana falina la hansa ay be tamakan be wuro la ka system change ay be tamakan kata ata IC la bildino do pour faram bida kela nomination kayrolo ay ba dino la de Independent Electoral Commission ela bombar memol alpha badi ale momore anjaay ay be tamakan hansa be wuro la drong ay ba fokan system change wala ko nyana falina la ambe kata ko kala le prenga idan di nin dolsi kacano nyame ko do ma abenyadi alhamdulillah to dima te Ousmane Janko Ousmane okay ngajele bi fana nada jam pour kana Alifa Sallah la nomination e safo no moli e la contanda benyadi na contano menti gembe Gambia di yala kono ni banku di yala kanen kaje ko sanjilulu ka danro ke banku molla jaje ko jikki mom menti ko ila tanyina la me alon ka bela nafulo aba murun le kan ay balundi nyaay falin man sakunda falin na famu net no man soto don na fata falin la ni nan don na mu sangat me alon ko anyanta kala sangat ka Gambia ka ke banta arjanat mole wo tano wotuta mol la fanal bulo bari ni nam kutu me alon ka kum mata bake ale jigo soto ko honorable Alifa Sallah December foda be gagné la andi na gagné da asimulel falino Gambia bankung nga jiko soto ko ni moli alon ko men ka fo message men ka fo moli bring doylo takana kuma kuta man fode kuma killing ka wala 5 ans politician nata nyum banko kan akaw kuma killing de 5 ans ba fala ali hala dolla barin sulata men na wala nyinto kaje ko banko dingle la freedom of soto ila balwo sono me alon ko mo temira la ko kabo nyum banko ka kam finti banta otuta banko mo lebul yemle yamaro soto Gambia nole ngame yamaro soto Gambia nole natra ko laftam fanna kabrin 1986 doy be kuma killing men fola imam kuma kuta fode doni na what ada pata sirpeda yaunda amla ko man lo fajwe war edwe ngako killing tom manjele mi ala fet man tala jamme bu am futa ndam futa jeba diko sa tan lok nyinna jangan kan nice nindo ay tidak santai
and welcome, and would like to receive the documents you bring to continue upon nomination to contest the December 4th president election. And this is what is first. What, anyone, it doesn't matter.
What's the files category? Last two files additional.
Okay. Even for a minute, we have to change this to Halifa Babakar Sala, not just Halifa Sala. Just a minute. Just 2 minutes. welcome your application. God bless them. Thank you very much.
Based on law, or is that's why I'm asking the question?
Mr. Chairman, I think it's desirable. It's not mission, it's desirable to have something itinerary in place. We can start the continuation.
The law component is using according to law. It's not just desirable. Thank you very much.
To march to the citadel of power. In 2016, on the 20th of January, I warned the then outgoing president that the incoming president was no longer an incoming president, had assumed power on the 19th of January. And 20th January was becoming too late. That Gambians must not march to the citadel of power wading on a pool of blood.
Honorable Sarah, let's talk about 2021 election. What will you do?
Precisely, we are here today because we did not march to the citadel of power wading in a pool of blood. We are now here to seek your mandate in order to reach there. 72% of the population being young. This is my last attempt. I am going to be leaving you here. I have done my part. At the age of 16 and a half, I made a commitment that all my life I will live to eradicate the poverty of my people. Not only the Gambian people, but the whole African people. The question is, what are we going to do in 2021? That's why we talk about system change. Go to your villages. No electricity, no water supply, women with callous hands, producing vegetables and cannot find markets for them. They live in poverty, grow in poverty, age in poverty, and die in poverty. That is what we wish to end. How? By using your wealth. 23 billion is... I don't know what you mean. Parties can only be in government to be able to use national wealth. If any party... No, wait. If anybody tells you, today, if you sit down and somebody comes to you and you give him $100 and 10 people come, that's $1,000. If 100 people, that is $10,000 a day, and for a month, $300,000 just to give $100 to 100 people. Which politician is actually doing that? Who can afford that? There is deception. No pocket can eradicate the poverty of your people. Anybody who tells you that is an ignorant person. It is the wealth of the nation, the budget. We are saying, but who are we to impose ourselves on the people? I think that is the joy. 1994, there was a coup d'etat. We were invited to become ministers. We could have gone there, but that's not the way. So for us, we are waiting for you. You are the way. Entrust us with power, and we will deliver what you want. If you don't entrust us in power, don't demand us to deliver anything for you. It's not our prerogative. Yes.
You come to power.
Yes.
The
priority agenda is very clear. That we, at the central bank, we are going to maintain a sovereign wealth fund that will be able to give fertilizer, seed farming implement to the farming community, just like women have their osusu. They put money, collect it, and give it to one. We're saying that the nation is a national osusu. Let us make sure that at the central bank, we have a branch there that will have what you call a cooperative bank, that will be able to give that fertilizer, seed farming implement. They will pay it back without interest. That's what we are saying. And the women who are in their vegetable gardens can do the same. Women who wish to engage in business can do the same. Those who wish to engage in processing can do the same. Let's use the national wealth to eradicate the poverty of our people. This is what we are saying. Go to any village today. You will not find a single village with a village treasury. That's why your villages are poor. Can you tell me which government in this Gambia had ever thought about what to do with those villages? We are saying the village fund that comes from what they are paying in terms of rates should not go to the area council. The license of the village should not go to area council. It should go into the village treasury. And the VDC will be able to sit annually and say, we want to electrify the village with solar, we want to build the roads, we want to provide the women with garden fences and water, and then they will know that that's their project. If they can afford to do so through their treasury, they will do so. If they cannot, then this is what we call equalization grants that must come from our state coffers, 23 billion. You must see what each region should have. And that money will go to the region and the district, so that if a village wants development and does not have the resources, the district will come and give them the subsidy needed, or the region will come and give them the subsidy needed. This is what we're talking about. That's how you can eradicate the poverty in your village. No other party, some are already in local government, some have been ministers before. We are saying that no other party has ever articulated how to end rural poverty, but we have.
You have played leading roles in the formation of opposition alliances and coalitions in the past, most significantly in 2016. Gambians want to know, are you keen on taking part in any other alliance? Of course, you had said you will not go into an alliance that does not encourage system change. People are wondering, how can you achieve system change without first concentrating on regime change? Because there has to be Halifa Sallah in State House, not Adama Barrow, for you to be able to implement all these ideas you are telling us. Don't you think regime change should be first achieved before you can change system?
First and foremost,
I want to hear from you, what do you mean exactly by that?
First and foremost, we need a pluralistic society, and therefore parties must be here. They must put their programs before the people. And when they put their programs before the people, when you elect them, that is precisely what they should deliver. If they fail to do so, then they have betrayed the aspirations of the people. Coalition does not give birth to the program of a single party. So you do it as a tactical objective. And you should not expect that the program of your party must be implemented. So what we are saying, that at this particular stage of Halifa Salah's life, after ensuring that we had the change 2016, what are we waiting for again? 2016 is because your country had never changed through the ballot box, and people did not have faith in the electoral system. We put that faith in them when they effected that change in 2016. The Gambian people are liberated. Now they own themselves. Now they have a voice. Now they have power. Before they were voiceless and powerless, hopeless and helpless. Now they are hopeless and helpless, but they have voice and power. That's what we achieved in 2016. All of us are liberated. Whatever we do again is our own will and nothing else. That's why government is by consent. We are saying we have not seen any program to eradicate the poverty in those villages. You have VDCs without village treasury. How will they bring about development? A home without fish money. How will that home stand? That's why your villages are collapsing. We are telling you over and over again, you refuse to listen. Some refuse to listen. Some will even distort the message. You'll hear even talking about Soviet Union and China when we have a Republican constitution. Who on earth dare ever take power here and say that that person will not govern according to the constitution of the Gambia? People who have no ideas of how government run and ideologies that are put in them by those who want to distract the African continent had been detractors of our development. And that is what has misled our young people. They are not asking the right question, therefore they are not getting the right answers. That is not going to happen again. I have reached the pinnacle of my participation in your political process. I am going to be honest, I'm going to be direct, and I'm going to help you to know that this is the final battle of ideas, final battle of program.
Thank you, Mr. Sala. Thank you, Mr. Sala. Use it for an interview outside.
I'm told that the time is up. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum musibam komin Fatou S Diallo wonani on ɗo IEC Independent Electoral Commission on gandina wonde ha joni ko fi nomination of presidential candidate ko ɗum mi woni e wadde ɗo ka subaka noon mi waɗino ɗo resimbo anana ma hoore ma ko on weni gano no woni mo anana ma hoore ma o arino ɗo IEC o waɗi sommi documents aji mon ɗi on ɗon nde yalti noon min heɓino ɗo mo anana ma hoore ma on woni Halifa Sallah woni mo anana ma hoore ma kanko heeni PDOIS kanko noon o arino ha o jonitiri kayti makko ɗi ka woni ɗo noon o funti joni ni ka woni ɗo right now noon mi waɗi oɗo resi ɗum woni mo anana ma hoore ma ko on wiyete Alif Sow ko on woni mo ganduɗa ma hoore ma right now ko kanko mi heɓi ɗo joni ka woni ɗo no joni no o joɗima ɗo o ari o joɗima mi waɗgo sommi documents aji mum ɗi sorry.
Maybe that's pretty good. I mean, your own next. Let's go another analyze that.
Where is him even?
1 2 3 mic checking 1 2 3 mic checking.
The Independent Electoral Commission. As you know that we are still in the nomination of the presidential candidate here at the IEC. Right
Try to bring in some documentation that you can verify. You can submit them on your own afterward.
Pending impeachment.
So, many are saying that the Gambia is under the influence of foreign interference. Is that true? I think if so, tell us if you are holding the office, are you going to stop that and how are you going to stop?
Yes, that's true because Gambia, we are a sovereign state. We have right to be free without foreign interference, and that is not part of the UN Charter. But it's only happening in the Gambia, and people are turning blind eye to it. So if God is in office, inshallah, 5th December, inshallah, we'll make sure that Gambia become a sovereign state again. Because this is something I know, both practically and theory. I did foreign policy. And in international system, your country, you should be always looking for the interest of your country. And whatever you are going to have relationship with any foreign country, it should be a zero-sum game. And that one, for sure, Gambia will do it for the interest of the Gambian people.
Mr. So, you have a military or security background. There have been much talk about the need for security reforms, etc., etc. Being a former major in the army, how is your perception of this security reform? How you want to go about it?
Yes, thank you very much. This security reform, it can be implemented in a short term, based on the reality. If you know what it takes, you can reform your security easily, but not like you take foreign advices, ideas, you rely on the past, that what happened to other countries, then you got it wrong, and it will never be implemented. But for God, we have the idea, and we will implement it as soon as possible by office.
The related question to that is that it's been said that there's a feeling among the ex-service or service members that there is no need for what you call foreign boots on the ground. Will your government, if you get elected, what are you going to do about the presence of foreign troops in the Gambia?
That immediately we are announced
as
winners, we will just respect the protocol of ECOWAS and give them 72 hours to leave our country. Every Gambian is important. And in humanity, however you are tough on doing whatever you are doing, but you have to be humane. And we'll make sure that every Gambian will be treated as a Gambian. This is the country we have, and we have to respect each other. Yes.
Is GAP open to form a coalition or an alliance with any other party?
As of now, or even we are not thinking of it, we are going solo. And I know Gambians will know by looking at my executive, they are all young people. We know our problem, and we can handle it and make sure we transform the country on a rapid development.
We're not seeing any women amongst your executive here. What is your stance towards gender equality and fighting for women in the new government if you come into office? What will you do?
Yes, well, for God, we are not gender biased, because every Gambian is important, and we value every Gambian. You cannot, the men cannot do it alone. We have to include the women also, so that we can develop, because they have the sympathized heart to make sure that we move our country, because they are the most vulnerable people. So I will use them at the forefront to make sure that Gambians have their dignified life. Inshallah.
Okay, Honorable, in your press release, it is stated there that Bachili, joined President Barrow's camp, without notifying the executive of GAP. Is this how he has been doing in your party, the previous, actions that he has been doing?
No, this was just a surprise to us. So that's all. We feel like of taking that action.
Is there any interim leader as of now, as far as Bakili is suspended?
That one, we will discuss it at executive level, and we will make sure that we inform the press.
On your manifesto, when will you share it with the Gambian people and sell your program? Elections is around the corner.
Yes, that one, our manifesto is our ideas, because we feel like for 56 years, Gambians are writing books and they cannot implement them because it's not their ideas. You can implement the ideas you have, you design, and you become the architect of your own country. So we have God, like we just have the health sector, we have short plan and long term. But for health, agriculture, education, and for so we will do it. And it is part of our manifesto.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Musidɓe am komin Fatou S Diallo wonani on ɗo ɗo IEC on gandino wonde for nomination of presidential candidate ko dum yimbe be woni jokka e wonde do ka wondo do non he subaka e innete do Gano Mr Gano woni mo ganada ma hore ma arino do wadi no submit document saji mundi gaga IEC kanko de inno don innete do Halifa Sallah woni mo ganada ma hore ma on arno do fi submit ko document saji mo kanko non o yaltino do o yehi kanko yo yimbe makko be joni non ka woni do ko innete Aliso on woni mo ganada ma hore ma kon ari do IEC joni ko kanko wadi do submit document saji mum de right now joni non o pari he IEC ka woni do joni mo woni he yaltude fi dumane mi gol yaltugol mo kay comme nen di no xibaari demé rek ñu la wax ne kum nekk ni right now ñu ni fi musibe on jarama ko min Fatou S Diallo wonani on do IEC minen on adana xibaari je ka Hamsa TV on gandi no wonde ko nomination of presidential candidate ko dum mi woni he wadde do right now subaka min dañi do mo ganada ma hore ma ko on woni Mr Gano no kanko arino do joni document saji mo makko di fofo yeyi ka won do non joni innete do Halifa Sallah kanko no arino do joni tri document saji mo Halifa Sallah non kanko yalti kono joni ni do wona do joni ko innete do Aliou Ba ko Aliou Ba woni mo ganada ma hore ma kanko arno do IEC do joni gol document saji makko di joni tri document saji gaga IEC dum woni ka IEC chairman Mr Ali Momon Ndiaye joni non ka woni do kanko Aliou Ba moni do Aliou Sow moni do joni mbo yaltude kanko e be andana ma horma ko kambe woni caggal manko anis kabi baɗigol ntelen Fatou S Diallo ntela balle jang IEC Independent Electoral Commission ka kibarol bonde yalle Hamsa TV ko yalo nyame be nomination of presidential candidate be wo kuolto kabrin sibitu men tambita bidu e ka fommiye Gano wala nata no samanda ala document so submit wo kabri ate botaje e ka fommiye Halifa Sallah wala PDO IS la leader wo fana nata jala document so mum submit kabri apareta woto sa entembe tembo min to e ka fommiye Aliou Sow wo mo independent candidate wala nata def broda gis nañ ne yaangi topa Aliou Sow what is your take lan nga xam ci Aliou Sow manam su jëlé réew mi fo nga lan la mëna def ci Gambia
lu baax rek réew mi mom kenn ku nekk yéeneem la am comme nag ñëppay ut moom te ñëpp benn Gambie bi la ñuy ut man jàpp ma ne kenn dafa ñàkk ku am rek mel na ne Gambie yëpp ñoo wér.
waaw suñu la doon wax kan mooy Aliou Sow fu nga ne lan nga ñu mën a wax si Aliou Sow parce que Aliou Sow nekk na nit koo xam ne ñu bari xamuñ ko. kan mooy Aliou Sow.
waaw
parce que war ngaa mën a xam kan mooy Aliou Sow as far as yaa ngi topp si gannaawam di ko soxla.
ñun ñoo ko may jafe. kon kooku moom amul si moom dara loo xam ne lu baax ak am yéeneem gis na ne war naa mën a bokk si ñi nga xam ne moom la ñu yóbbu Gambie si kanam mu am yéene moom tamit ne xaaral ma bokk ku nekk am ngay sañ-sañ sa yéene nga wane ko
ngi je ke fanang be Aliou Sow la bolle ko ndek ngaje ko fanang kita moti mi yalla ko be Aliou Sow support kan min ko le yatina e be Aliou Sow no makan
Aliou Sow de senkilinda nangano Aliou Sow mun do malik na be den tabakilin fakilin
mission reporting from Hamsa. As you know, we are in the nomination of the presidential election candidate here at the IEC. Today in the morning we have received Mr. Gano, who happened to submit all his documents here at the IEC. From there also we received Halifa Sallah. Halifa Sallah also have submitted all his documents to the IEC chairman, who is Ali Momon Ndiaye, and he already left. Now the person we are having right now is Aliou Sow. Aliou Sow also is pour topa Aliou Sow.
am si moom yaakaar rek mu nekk président ñun dañ sonn bu baax.
yaakaar ngeen am si Aliou Sow ban yaakaar ngeen am si moom.
yaakaar boo lifin rek yaakaar boobu rek la.
foog nga ne Aliou Sow su jëlee réew mi lan la moo mun a defar Gambia wala lan la mun a change si biir dëkk bi fii nii.
inshallah yàlla bu ko jàppale dafay liggéey yëpp.
Viewers, as you can see right now, Aliou Sow is right down in his vehicle right now, about to leave. He's right now in his vehicles about to leave the IEC right now. As you can see, his supporters down there, he's about to leave the IEC. I have been interviewing so many people here. They all say that their take to vote or support Ali Sow is simply because they know that Ali Sow can simply, rule this country. Baringol comme aliaje nyame hanisa mbale IEC le jang alia lonne ko hanisa mbe nomination of presidential candidate mbe o ko to right now alia lonne ko somanda ikafo miye Mr. Gano wala nata nu jang kala people sol mume shop me jang right now ate Mr. Gano I IEC left PDOIS mimu Halifa Sallah wo fana nata nu jale kala document so me jang Halifa Sallah dun kabira bota je ikafo miye Ali Sow right now wala be IEC jang kala ayala document so submit jang ngi ni di gena hajoni musibam son on something to say. He said he has something to say. Yaa si jàmm. Gis naa ne yaa ngi bokk si ñi nga xam ne ñu ngi toppa Aliou Sow. Lu tax nga war a toppa Aliou Sow lan ban xalaat nga xam am ne lu la jox be ne am nga yaakaar bi ne Aliou Sow dina yóbbu réew Gambia.
No dëgg la ñun dañu digoon ne développement dëgg bi suñu toogee dañoo change développement bi. So développement boobu na nga gis ne développement no camuñ si dara yama dañ ko change youth si ana léegi nga youth si weeseen time jàppa di leen tëj innocent people si kaso bi mais yaa ngi sonn ama understand
yow foog nga ne Aliou Sow mun naa génne système boobu noonu su jëlee Gambia
waaw bu soobee yàlla ñu yaakaar boobu Aliou Sow daf ñu ko jox ama understand so yaakaar boobu ku la jox yaakaar tamit nga war a ko comme boo ko benn koñ boo ko benn place ama understand so Aliou Sow daal
thank you jërëjëf ha joni musiba mo njino wonde Aliou Sow kanko woni mo gandanɗo ma hoore ma ɓurɗo ko moto mum ɗo right now mbo woni he yaltude kanko yo supportaseji mum de right now ko kamɓe wonɗo yi bi nga xam ne foofu la candidates yëpp di submit seen documents yi mooy ñi nga xam ne dañ bugg a jiite réew mi Gambia fu mu nekk nii nag ki nga xam ne kooku moo tudd Aliou Sow moom lañ am fii right now at the IEC fu mu nekk nii submit na documents am yëpp fu mu nekk nii right now Aliou Sow mu ngi nii di génn IEC moom ak fansam yi
My fine.
I can see that you are among the supporters of Aliou Sow.
Yeah.
Why do you think Aliou Sow can rule this country?
Of course, because Aliou Sow is a gentleman. He's a young boy.
What made Aliou Sow to be a gentleman? What made him to be a gentleman?
Aliou Sow has a clean heart.
Okay.
He never disturbs anybody.
Do you think Aliou Sow can take this country?
Of course.
How are you sure?
Of course.
How are you sure?
I believe that he can take it because Aliou Sow has a clean heart and he can control the country. People like him.
Thank you.
Thank you too.
mbokk yi ba tey man la Fatou S Diallo man maa leen nekkal fii si IEC di leen indil xibaar yi fii si fale si Hamsa TV xam ngeen ne si wàllu nomination of presidential candidate si loolu lañ nekk fu mu nekk nii xam ngeen ne mbir mi dóor na depuis samedi bale bu passé tey nag si suba amoon nañ fi ki nga xam ne kooku moo di Mr. Gano ñëwoon na fii si suba sot mi documents bi fale si IEC di IEC chairman kii di Aliou Momo Njie moom nag bu mu fa jógee am nañ fi ki nga xam ne moo jiite PDOIS moom moo di Halifa Sallah tamit ñëwoon na fi submit documents mi fii si IEC bu mu fa jógee nag am nañ fi right now ki nga xam ne kooku moo di Aliou Sow nag right now moom moo nekk ki nga xam ne submit na papers mi right now fu mu nekk nii gis ngeen ko fu mu nekk nii mu ngi nii di génn moom naal pare na si submission mi fu mu nekk nii mu ngi nii di génn moom ak gaayam yi
Here comes the last candidate. Here comes the last candidate for the day, Mr. Tamsir Jase. He is an independent candidate. He just arrived. It's okay, just hold on. I have already... Mr. Tamsir Jase has just left the vehicle and he's walking towards the gate of IEC.
One, two, mic. One, two, mic checking. One, two, mic checking. One, two, mic checking. One, two, mic checking. One, two, mic checking.
Badingol coming earlier nyamin do nga fa ankale kan to nyaming nyine Mr. Tamsir Jasati afela dunta nang science be damenteng beta ala place ta la pour tajiko ala kaytul betande IEC la pour que no moti mimbe lola ñin December election to mbokay comme luma don wax si olof ma tenkat ko rek mu ngi ni ki moy Mr. Tamsir Jasse mo duga sini legi di dox di dem tok si togu bi fam wara tok pour joxe kayitami fi di IEC ak
Well, as you know, nomination requires certain documents for consideration. Let's have what is what, one by one.
will be something.
Well, make sure they are here before Friday, 4 o'clock.
Good afternoon, my fellow Gambians. 5 years ago, we as a nation came together to vote for a change. However, we must at this time realize that we have not achieved the change that we voted for. It is therefore necessary that people like me and others step into the fray and try to bring about the change that we so badly desire. If you look around you, there is nothing in this nation but hopelessness, poverty, disease. But there is tremendous potential, especially in our youth. We need a leader that will come forward and harness this potential, harness this ability to work and transform our nation into what we want it to be, like any other in the world. The problem we have was not created by one individual or one political party. It's a collective responsibility. We all enjoy the freedoms, all enjoy the opportunities that God Almighty gave to us as Gambians, so we can live decent lives, we can live honorable lives, we can live the life that Allah Almighty wanted us to live. You can see I'm not reading from a text, I'm speaking from my heart. Because it's not about me, it's about you. It's about you, the Gambian people. You who wake up every morning and don't know where the next meal is coming from. You who wake up every morning and wonder how in the world are you going to pay the school fees of your children. It's not about me, it's about you. It's about how many of you are able to guarantee your children that they'll have the kind of future that you deserve for them to have. You're on Facebook, you're on social media, you see the youth of other nations. What you do is you look and you do what Gambians call NIMSE. We need to put an end to that damn NIMSE and make it a reality for all of us.
Thank you very much. Mr. Jazi, could you allow the press now to report our questions?
Thank you very much. You may do so.
Asking you did mention that Gambians are struggling. Also talk about the issue of corruption. What will Jazi's administration do elected office to end those? Because it's easy to say, to recognize those say the present government.
I did not say the present government, please.
Well, if you say it's corrupt, that means it's
it was corrupt before this present government.
Under the present government. Whatever the case is, corruption,
there is corruption.
That means it is from this present government. So what you do is easy to say it is we are corrupt. But it's another task to fight corruption.
All right.
How do you intend to fight?
The first step to fighting corruption is to enforce our laws. For every single corrupt act that is committed in our country, there is a law that calls it a violation. There is a procedure that must be followed to ensure that those who violate the law are held accountable.
Are you saying we are not enforcing the laws?
Why are we so corrupt if we are? We are not. The enforcement of the law needs to be much stronger than what it is. We need to empower law enforcement. We need to give them better training, better pay, better opportunity, better work environment, and encourage them so that they can do the job that we've asked them to do on our behalf. But if everybody goes out there and dip their hands in the cookie jar and walk away scot-free, nobody sees the damn thing, the thieves will continue to steal and rob us blind. And that's what's happening.
You are accompanied to the IEC with a Scotland. Are you
Yes, we have met them. We have a problem with our vehicle coming from our region, and they run their way. And we have been given an opportunity to submit them before Friday. We don't need that much time, but we'll certainly take it. And when you're talking about a crowd, you know what crowd that matters? How many ballots you have in your box. If you don't have the ballots in your box, you can have the greatest crowd on earth. There's nothing but divine fear. No one is optimistic, because there is nothing like 50 plus 1. The unfortunate part is that we might end up with a government that was elected by a minority. That is not democracy.
Mr. Jase, we understand that there are documents.
Let's get a woman, please. Yes, I do, and the process to drop one has already begun and will be done before you cast a single vote for me. Thank you. Now let's get a man this time, please.
Mr. Jassy, we understand that there are some other documents that you should present to the IEC, but you did not present them. It may interest the public to know what are those documents. I'm optimistic that you will make it a part time.
One of the documents are the certificate of character, which I applied through the IG's office. I thought it was a matter of working up there and working it through, but they told me to write it. It has been written and I'll get it tomorrow. And the other one is the declaration of assets. I just need to be very specific about what I put on that paper so that, because I know it's a legal document, that I need to give the appropriate account of what my assets are, which I can tell you is not much. And then we also, you asked me a question, may I please complete it? We also have my picture. And you can do me a favor and just take my picture and give it to them. That will save some trouble. We have that. These are under the logo. These are cosmetic things in my view, but of course they are essential and important to the IEC, and I respect very much their requirements. And the vehicle that has some of this document is actually stopped upriver on its way. So there's no need to rush. We'll do it before Friday, and everyone will be happy.
Mr. Jassy, you are so
now let's get somebody else, a woman this time, please. One more question, and we can step aside.
We have seen that Gambia lives in a grant and taxation-based and that taxation-based will not sustain. So what, my question is, what will you do if you're in power to help use employment rights to
use what you've got to get what you need. If we look around, there is nothing but opportunity. Allah Almighty wouldn't create a nation and give it this opportunity to lead. We are the ones that ignore it and then try to look for something else that's not readily available. The sea that we have has tremendous resource. The soil that we have has tremendous resource. And we also want to point out the fact that there are some of us who simply don't want to work. But those who wish to work should be given the opportunity, and my government will make sure that that opportunity is given so that they will access international markets. Because if you could just get a container full of smoked fish, like Pongolaka, you could make $100,000 within 90 days. That's $5 million. There is no amount of smoked fish that we can fill, for instance, in the United States. How come we not doing it? The help the youth is to first give them an education and trade. They need to know how to build things, and we need to give them an opportunity. If you look at other nations and the wonderful cities like New York, London, it wasn't built by degree holders, it was built by skillful workers. Thank you.
We have finally come to the end of the nominations for the day. That was the last candidate who was supposed to come. That's Tamsir Jasa. He is living currently. He has just boarded his vehicle. Ambadi ngon kami fale nun dorong woleng bidung liro tata tongoto nyine keta nung last candidate to minyanta nala memu Tamsir Jasa ta sana dun dala moto kono pour kata mbokay luma don wax si sosé moy ne fum nekk ni tay pour tay nominations jeexna ku wara mujjé ñew moy Tamsir Jasa te mu ngi ni légui la duga motom mu ngi ni di dem fum nekk ni pour tay paré nañ